Hello and welcome to the Remedy Fibers podcast, a podcast about knitting and crochet hosted by me, Jillian. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returner, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. So today we have some works in progress. I have some addicting spinning projects that I've been working on all weekend, and I'm excited to tell you more about them here. But if you're new here, I live in Northern California with my husband and dog Benny. I love everything yarn related, and I hope you stay for my yarn journey. So this past weekend was President's Day weekend. I had 3 days off from work and I got busy with the spinning. I kind of had a somewhat negative relationship with my spinning wheel because it is older, it is finicky, it is very... you just have to work with it. It's not something that is going to be something like a brand new spinning wheel. And so my last project that I was working on, I was really frustrated. It had little neps of color inside and it was making it really hard to pull the wool while I was spinning. It was a frustrating project. I didn't like the process and I didn't like the end product of it, and it really deterred me from ever wanting to use my spinning wheel because I had such a negative experience with that yarn, with that wool. And as you may know, in December I got a spinning advent and I wasn't even spinning anything from the advent. I revealed, I think it was 4 of those packages out of the 12, and I didn't do anything with them. They were just kind of collecting dust. So this past weekend I decided to get the spinning wheel out. I said I spent money on this wool, I might as well just give it a go. And I had some thoughts of maybe I should sell my Ashford Traditional and see what kind of money I can get for it and see if I can upgrade to a brand new spinning wheel. But that's just such a big money investment that I haven't budgeted for, that I don't even know if I want to invest in something brand new when I already have something now. So I said, you know what, let me just continue to practice on it. Whatever yarn I get out of it is whatever yarn I get. And I also was discouraged from using it because in one of the projects I showed in maybe 2 episodes ago, I decided to crochet with the yarn that I did not like, and it was really stiff. And I know someone said, would it have been different if you chose to knit with it versus crochet with it? Maybe, but I was just really discouraged from the process to the end product to even creating with it. But I think it's because I'm still new, I'm still learning, I'm still practicing, I'm not perfect. There's thick and thin. It may look really cute on screen, but there's wonkiness all over the skein. So enough about talking, let me show you what I spun up this weekend. So back in December I got a spinning advent, a holiday spinning advent. It came with 12 packages from Nest Fiber. It was my first ever time working with Nest Fiber, and I really enjoy the wool that I was spinning with. So this is kind of how the packages look. I'm gonna open the rest of them with you today, but I was able to spin up these cute little skeins. So each package comes with a label of what the content is. All of them are different. So this one is Polworth and they're all ombre colors. So I was able to relearn, because I think I've done it before but I forgot, relearn how to chain ply so that I can keep the colors with each other rather than them mixing and blending into like mush of colors. So this is how the Polworth looks. And they're really small skeins. I think they're 2 ounces of wool each. I have not soaked it. It's kind of just plied and that's it. So it does twist on itself. But the reason why I haven't soaked it is because I'm waiting to do them all at once, all together, instead of wasting water when I don't have to. So this one was the Polworth. I really like the Polworth, and I would say that the Polworth is beginner friendly. It was easy to pull the wool while trying to spin at the same time. So I would highly recommend Polworth as a beginner spinning fiber. Next up we have Tari, and this is how it looks. I'm here for the colors. The colors were so addicting. I would say, oh, I'm just gonna spin up to the orange part, and then I'll get to the orange part, say, oh, I'll just spin up to the pink part, and I just kept saying that for every color. And I literally did this 6 hours straight. My hands started cramping up so bad. So this is the next color variation. I would say I did pretty good for chain plying after not doing it for many years, and also never being taught. This was from YouTube. So this is how the chain ply is looking. I would say I did struggle a little bit with the tarhi. You can see that some pieces are pretty much unspun. Tarhi is still a good beginner fiber, but I would bump Polworth over it. So I'm keeping the little labels inside just so that at the end I can tell you which one has been my favorite to spin, which one was the easiest, which one was the most challenging. So this is kind of for like my tracking purposes. And lastly, I have Polworth and silk, so it's a combo fiber combination. And this one, I liked it a little bit more than the Polworth. I wouldn't say it's more beginner friendly than the Polworth, but I would say the silk content made it really silky. It was kind of like a little cloud to spin, and I really liked that experience. Very smooth, very fun. So these are the colors, and I have no idea like how much yardage I have in these. I know there's a way I can use my nitty knotty, but I really have impatience for using that thing. I wish there was an easier way to calculate yardage. But depending on how much yardage I get from all of these, I'm thinking a little blanket, a little throw. I don't know if I'm gonna get much yardage out of all of these little skeins. So these are the three. I feel like the colors do kind of go together and blend together because they are ombre, they're more pastel colors. And I'm working on a merino. It says merino / soy. If you know what soy means, comment down below because I don't know what the blend soy means. So that one is giving me a little bit of a challenge. I wouldn't say it's beginner friendly. It's very smooth, like very soft, so it's more slippery, whereas the Polworth and the Tarhi have more grip, so it's easier for beginners to pull, spin. And I think that's something as a beginner, I would say I'm still beginner or a little higher than beginner. As a beginner, it's something that gives you more confidence in your spinning, to practice to not overspin or underspin. So for this week, I'm going to open numbers 17, 18, 19, and 20. I think I'm gonna keep the last 4 sealed to next week just so we have something to look forward to. And I think that it is realistic for me to spin 4 of these packages throughout this week, since I was able to spin pretty much 4 in 3 days. I'm watching my coworker's cat, like I'm checking in on her, so she just texted me that she'll be back to check on her cat. Her cat is so cute. You've probably seen her cat before. I made a blanket for her maybe last summer. I insert a picture of me cuddling with her. The most cuddly, cutest, sweetest thing I've ever met. Like, especially cats can be very temperamental. They might not be trusting of strangers. She just wanted to cuddle my head and sit on my lap. It was really nice interacting with the cat since I am a dog owner and a dog lover. So that was really fun this weekend. But I'm gonna open number 17. The goal was to open these during the month of December, spin them during the month of December. But we both know that advents sometimes in the December months just don't work that way, especially if you have a yarn advent like for knitting or crochet. So that was a very optimistic goal, but the reality is that we are in February heading to March, and I'm using it now. That's the best part. It's not collecting dust. So let me open this so you don't hear all the crinkle and see what's inside here. It's pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm noticing right off the bat it only has about 3 color variations compared to these where it had orange and pink and purple and teal. So I'm noticing that the ombre gradient is becoming less, but I still love this. This is going to be so beautiful. The tag inside here says Falkland Merino. I've never used that one before. I highly recommend Nest Fiber because the colors are gorgeous. The pastels, I'm here for it. But also you get to try a variety of wool that you probably only hear on like YouTube episodes or from like other podcasters, or you'll have to have access to a local farm to get access to certain types of wool. And of course you can buy things online nowadays, but where do you start? Like I never even heard of this Falkland Merino before, so where do you even start? So I feel like it's a nice taster, a nice sampler of different wools, so you can test what you like for your comfort level, for your learning style. So this is number 17. Let's open up number 18. And I just want to say number 18, so cute with the little bell. And obviously this is all holiday inspired since it was a December advent. Cute. So this one looks similar to the other gradients that I've had before. It's a little bit more muted. I'm seeing like light purple, some dark teal, and then these like orange peachy colors inside here. This one is a Cormo silk. I also never have spun using something with Cormo before, and it gives me a little bit more of a grippy feeling, and this one gives me more of a smooth feeling. So I feel like these will gradient together really well. Right now my bobbins are, I want to say 4-ounce bobbins on my spinning wheel, and I've tried. My biggest frustration with my wheel, if you're looking to invest in a spinning wheel, is how to get bigger bobbins so that you can spin for longer rather than having to like cut your project because your bobbin is full. That's my biggest pet peeve with my Ashford Traditional. Since this is I think 2 ounces, I'll correct myself if I'm incorrect, but since this is about 2 ounces, it does fit very nicely on my bobbin for the first ply, and then when I'm doing the chain plying, it pretty much fills up the bobbin, so I'm not having to break the yarn. So I'm only able to work on one little wool baby at a time. I can't like blend the two, and I don't want to either because I'm keeping the colors true to how they were dyed. So let's open number 19. This one actually is kind of cute, but also not my favorite. There's like browns in here. I guess it's kind of supposed to be orange, but there's browns in here. There's like darker pastel colors. I am here for the purple, but then there's green too. So this one should be interesting. I do love spinning the green and the teals. Those colors when they come out in the gradient are really stunning to me. But this one, I'm sorry, this one is not really my favorite right now. This one's Rambouillet. I know I've heard spinners talk about that before, but never spun with it before. Just feeling it, it does give me more of a like grippy, rough feeling. Not a rough feeling, but it's not silky smooth. So we will see how this one spins up. Right now, these are the colors. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this. I don't really like the green to the brown transition. And then we'll open up number 20. This is cute. This is really cute. This is so me. I love the rainbow of pastels. Like, she killed it with this color. The green and the teals, I'm shocked, but this is my favorite out of all of them when it has the green and the teals inside. And I like that the orange kind of blends into the pink more so than like that. Maybe that was not, yeah, we're not gonna look at that. So this one is Tarhi again. So I already told you I spun Tarhi here. So this one will be fun to spin up. I'm so addicted. I haven't been really working on any knit or crochet projects because I'm really like a one project, one thing at a time concentrator, and I just want to keep spinning. I needed to work on my sweater project, and I was like, just one more color. Let me just ply this real quick. Let me just get this started so that when I'm ready, it'll be ready to go on the spinning wheel, and then I would just start it and finish it. So I literally had to force myself to stop spinning because when I'm drafting, these hands were like cramping up where I couldn't really move them anymore because literally 6 hours. Of course I took breaks to walk my dog or eat or, you know, do life things, but for the most part 6 hours doing that. So that's all that I have for revealing what I have for my spinning wool. I'm going to hold off on the next 4 so that we have a fun surprise for next week. But this is 17 through 20, and these wouldn't be spoilers because at this point whoever had the spinning advent, I'm sure opened it in December. But January was a really difficult inspirational month. I wasn't into knitting, I was into crocheting. I told you I didn't want to look at my spinning wheel, so I'm glad that I'm back into it. I'm like really happy to look forward to spinning and knitting. So these are what I have, and I'm excited to spin with these this week and let you know how my experience goes. So let me know in the comments, have you ever used Nest Fiber? Would you ever try a gradient? I highly recommend gradient. I've never spun with a gradient before. I think my camera's a little crooked. I've never spun with a gradient before, and I would highly recommend it for beginners because it's very entertaining. The color changes keep you in the moment. It makes you not want to stop. Whereas when I've done single color spinning, it's really easy to get bored, especially when it's more of a muted color like brown or beige or gray. So I think going forward in my spinning journey, I want the ombres, I want the color changes. What I will use for these, I don't know, but I'm practicing, I'm getting better, and I'm building my confidence. So hopefully you are practicing in your spinning journey, or this inspires you to pick up your spinning wheel, pick up your spindle, and maybe even look into Nest Fiber. Next up, I have my work in progress, the Empire State Cardigan by Knititude, also aka Chanel. And I'm surprised how much progress I've got on this cardigan. So I have 2 more rows before I start arm separation or sleeve separation, and this is how much progress I've gotten on it. So I really like bottom up cardigans. I have not done a bottom up cardigan construction, and oftentimes bottom up constructions are not favorable by knitters, or at least I haven't heard a lot of knitters say that they like bottom up construction just for garments or tops or sweaters. But for cardigans, it's really giving me the confidence to go. The pattern is really repetitive. There's some intricacy here in the front where there's slip stitches, and it gives it a fun boost in creating the pattern. But I'm here for the stockinette, just the knit and the purls. I think I'm faster purling than knitting. I think it took me like 8 minutes to do the knit side and 7 minutes to do the purl side, which I was shocked because oftentimes people say they're slower at purling. But I'm happy with how it looks. Of course, it is a beige, and I was saying I want more fun colors, but I think it's a nice neutral to wear with summer dresses in the springtime when it's transition weather. And so this is all that I have left. I'm waiting. It should be coming today, but I'm waiting on my Joann's order because I'm using the Lion brand chain neck collection, and the store that I went to only had 3 balls of yarn. I asked if they had any more in stock in the back, and they did not. It was a craft store, not a yarn store, so I understand. So I bought 5 more balls because for my size, I'm knitting the medium size. For my size, they require 8 balls of this yarn, and I would say it's pretty cost effective. Once I get a tally of my other skeins, I'll let you know how much this sweater cost me, but I'm thinking it was in the $50 to $70 range for a cardigan, which for a store-bought cardigan, never would I spend that. But for a knitting garment, I feel like that's more affordable than like $150, $200, $300 cardigan. So the context of this wool is alpaca wool, 70% alpaca, some wool, and some polyamide, which I found out was nylon, not acrylic. Or maybe they're all the same thing, they just have different names. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this one has been addicting, and I watched Love is Blind season 6. It is a huge disappointment. I am not happy with the cast, but I'm still gonna watch it, and I'm here for rooting on Kenneth, and I'm rooting on AD. So if you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't watch it, ignore me. But a lot of the couples, I feel like, were forcing, just trying to be on the show, or they were in it more for like the fame than trying to the premise of falling in love. So there's more drama than the romantic, cheesy, corny stuff that I'm here for. So whatever. I love Jessica. I love how she told Jimmy So I'm gonna keep watching. And what else was I watching? I watched Lover, Stalker, Killer. It's a true crime documentary. It's not scary, it's not gory, but there's plot twists, and it will keep you on the edge of your seat, and it's pretty quick. So all weekend I've been watching Netflix, working on this cardigan, and then my coworker sent me a TikTok of Risa Tessa, and she's talking about a 50-part series is blowing up on TikTok, and I'm not active on TikTok. I'll like post something and not actively like scroll, but this one got me hooked. And she's talking about a very challenging very toxic relationship she had in COVID with someone that she met during COVID. And so I've been knitting away while listening to her story. So this is why I've been so productive. I need something to watch, and sometimes I can watch a knitting or crochet podcast, but recently I've been really into vlogs. I like watching Carrie Cakes. I like watching Cozy K. Carrie Cakes lives in Korea. She's American but lives in Korea with her husband, and she goes to little cafes. She be taking us around little stores. It's just so cozy and cute. And then Cozy K does like crafts and video games and decorating. She was a big inspiration for me redecorating this place, and I think I'm going to slowly redecorate my living room. I just purchased a rug last night. It was 50% off, and just kind of spice up the place, especially that we're slowly transitioning into spring weather, and so it's like that season to do spring cleaning, get everything beautiful, nice, clean. And so that energy is coming to me. I wonder if you're experiencing that too. This week it's going to be in the mid to high 60s, which I am here for. I want the dress weather, dress and sandal weather. Where are you? I'm tired of wearing leggings. I'm tired of wearing pants. So I'm excited. So this is the Empire State cardigan. I still have a lot to go. I think I'm gonna work on my 2 rows and probably stop because I need more yarn, but that's what I've been up to this weekend. I'm curious what's on your needles, what you've been crafting along while watching this video, or maybe this past weekend. But other than that, everything is going well over here. I do have some news that I'll be sharing in the upcoming weeks, so stay tuning in, stay checking in, and I will be keeping you all updated in probably closer to March, April time frame. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you and your family are happy, healthy, and safe, and I hope to talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.